Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So a frequent question I and other YouTubers get is how do you actually make your YouTube videos? Now of course there's no way to know what type of YouTube content you want to create, so I'm going to skip right past that and go into the technical aspect of making YouTube videos, which I do know a little bit about. First things first is your camera. You can make your videos on whatever type of camera you want, even a smartphone. These days the only requirement is you should really shoot in HD, but almost no phones don't shoot in HD anymore. But no matter what type of camera you use, you should definitely have a tripod because that keeps your video from shaking around, because viewers hate that. If you want to go a little higher end, you can shoot on an actual camera. Most YouTubers who do that, including me, shoot on what's called a DSLR camera. I use the Canon EOS 60D, this camera here. A lot of other YouTubers use Canon's other big camera, the Rebel, which of course I highly approve of. And by the way, you can find links to all the equipment I mentioned in the description down below. Next, your microphone. You gotta have good sound. It's incredibly important. Mediocre video quality can be forgiven, but people will not put up with bad audio. I used to record to an external microphone, like this one right here, onto my computer, but then I switched to a microphone that sits on top of my camera and feeds audio directly in. The advantage of a microphone on your camera is that you can take it out and film videos at events or just outdoors, which I generally like to do. Here's the microphone I use. It plugs directly into the camera and records the audio straight onto the video so I don't have to link them up afterwards. Now your background. You want a background that looks interesting but not too busy. It shouldn't pull attention away from your face. For that reason, you usually either want to use a plain one color background or one that all kind of meshes together, like my bookshelves. For lights, you generally want to use one source of soft light. A window can work, although daylight can shift and it can make the video look uneven. I use a light set from a company called Cowboy Studio that's very affordable, but you want to avoid harsh, direct light straight from a bulb. My face normally looks like this because I use a soft light source, and here's what my face looks like under direct light. The shadows are too sharp. If my skin is greasy, it looks really bad. It's not a good time. Now, when you're filming yourself, you want to pay attention to the rule of thirds and have your eyes on the upper third horizontal line. I like to keep myself on one of the vertical third lines as well. It just makes the shot look more interesting. You can write a script for your videos if you want. I script almost all of my videos, which lets me film them a lot faster. If you write a script, you'll generally need to do less editing. No script, more editing. Most of us can't afford a teleprompter, so I keep my script off screen right over there and I keep looking back and forth on it in between takes. When you're delivering the lines of your video, you want to keep things as interesting as possible. You don't have to talk as fast as I do or move around as much. Some people love that, some people hate it, but you should try not to have too many pauses or moments of silence. Silence is death in YouTube videos, so use it very cautiously. You can pause, but only when you want somebody to pay real close attention to the next thing you're gonna say. Once you've filmed your video, you toss it into your video editing program. Programs vary wildly. I use Adobe Premiere Pro, which you can subscribe to for 20 bucks a month. Usually my videos come out as one big long continuous file, which makes them very easy to edit. I go through, cut out my stumbles, my pauses, my flubbed lines, and just leave everything where I said it right. I also cut off the end of the last word of each line and bump it right up against the beginning of the first word of the next line. Then I put the audio on two different tracks and I drag out the audio from the previous clip about 1/6 of a second under the next clip. The human mind actually fills in that space, so the appearance is that there is no gap between the words at all, meaning no silence in my video. When you're done editing your video, you export it. Again, video editing programs vary wildly, but Adobe Premiere Pro actually has a setting to export directly for YouTube, so I just use that. It's very easy. Once the video exports, I upload it to my YouTube channel, and I'm done. And that is how I make my YouTube videos. Obviously, this is a super condensed explanation, but it covers all the basics. I'm gonna make more videos breaking down the various parts of this process, so if you want to know more about a particular thing, let me know in the comments. For more study right away, Hank Green actually made an excellent video about how to make YouTube videos, and that is the first link in the description below. That's it for today, Rebel. Click right up there to see another video from the channel, or check out my Patreon right down there, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!